Hello everyone, today I'm going to show you how to create a French knitting loom, also known as a knitting Nancy, from things that you have around your home. I'm also going to show you how to French knit and finally how to cast off. What you will need to create your loom is a toilet roll, and this one's quite sturdy, some strong tape, scissors and some paddle pop sticks. For my sample today I've selected some blue paddle pop sticks. To create my loom I like to get some tape ready, and this is very strong and it's also easy to tear. You can use scissors if you wish. So to start with, I'll select one pop stick and place it on the roll where I would like it. It's about 2 centimetres from the top. So I'm going to place some tape at the top to secure it into place. Get some more tape. This time I'm going to place my next pop stick directly opposite it and secure it in place with some tape as before, making sure that I really press in the sides to hold it into place. I'll repeat that for the last 2 paddle pop sticks. So again, about 2 centimetres, and secure that into place. And then finally my last piece gets attached here. Just to add a bit more stability, I'm going to add some more tape, and I've just overlapped it so that it covers the first row but it still manages to cover some of the pop sticks. I'm really pressing it in to make it as strong as possible. Okay, and that's that. Now we're going to start knitting, and for my sample I've got some wool and I think I might go with the darker colour. I'm just going to unwind some of the wool. To begin your project you need to place the centre of the wool down the middle of the tube till it comes through the other end. And I'm just going to pull a bit more out and I'm going to hold this securely into place. This is really important when you are starting. To start off my first row, I'm going to wrap the wool around in an anti-clockwise motion around each of the posts. And you'll see it makes a bit of a square shape. For the next row, this is where we actually start creating the loops that we need to form our stitches. Just so that things get secure into place, I'm going to continue that anti-clockwise action, hold it in place with my thumb so that I can have a look. The bottom loop is the loop that we want, so I'm going to pull that and slide it up and over and down, tugging the wool to pull it down. I'm going to turn my loom and repeat that. I'm just going to hold that down with my pinky. I'm going to wrap the wool around the post in an anti-clockwise action and look for the bottom loop. I'm going to pull it, slide it up and over that stitch, and sometimes it's a bit tricky but that's alright. And then I've created my second loop. I'm going to pull that into place. I'm not going to hold the bottom now because I have a few stitches now, so I'm going to repeat that again. And once more. Now I'm back to the beginning. You can create the French knitting in that same style. I find the stitches are a little bit loose. So for this next row and for the rest of the rows, I'm going to change the style of stitch that I do. So I'm going to turn my loom around, and this is the post that we're looking at, and here is the wool. So now I'm going to take the wool and wrap it around the outside of that post, and again look at the bottom, slide it up and over and down, and I'm just going to tug slightly at the bottom, and I'm going to continue in this way for the rest of my rows. Once you get the pattern of what to do, it becomes very quick and easy. Once you get the hang of it, it's quicker and you'll see your work growing. And as you can see, because I've got a few more stitches, it becomes a bit easier to pull my loops over my post. I'm going to do this just for about 5 minutes, but I'll put this on fast forward just so that you can see what it looks like. Every now and then it's a good idea to tug that initial string down just so that the knitting can form, and also you'll get an idea of the length of your project. So I'm going to put this in fast forward mode, and then we'll talk about how to cast off. As you can see now, after a short period of time of knitting, my work has now started to pass the set bottom of the loom. So I'm just going to do a few more, and I'll show you what to do to cast off. Casting off is how to secure your work and release it from the loom, and it's very simple. So I'll just do 2 more and I'll show you what to do. There we go. So as you can see, we've got quite a nice length. So I'm just going to snip off the wool from the ball, and this is what we're going to use. So very gently I'm going to pull the knitting off the loom, and you'll see that there are stitches there. We're going to thread the wool through those stitches, and that's how you cast off. So I'm going to go first to here is the current stitch. I'm going to thread it through that loop and pull it through gently. It's not wanting to go through. And now to the next loop. Third loop, and that big loop here. You notice that I didn't pull anything really tight, because this is where we pull it tight, right at the end. And there we go. Now I've just noticed I've missed some loops there. That's alright, I'm just going to pass that through. And that's secured. So what you do with your French knitting once you've finished is up to you. You might want to weave it round and then you just stitch it into place to create something fun. There are lots of ideas on Pinterest, so French knitting is really enjoyable and I hope you give it a go. Thanks for stopping by.